Good morning. Let's see if I can hold this up a little bit better. Going for my morning walk today, and I thought I'd talk about building habits, or what I'm doing to build a habit so I can stay out of my, pity party. Anyway, my name is David, and I like to bring you all along with me as I do my little walk. I'm going to try and do an hour walk instead of 50 minutes, an extra 10 minutes, which, see, work on that. I'm not going to try, I'm going to do it. Okay. But I'd like to bring you all on these walks with me because it helps motivate me to talk about things. As a guy, I don't think we're used to really talking about things, especially us Gen Xers. So I do this, and it helps me, and it keeps me away from being in that pity party. So today, I like to talk about building habits, or creating a new habit. Oh, look at that sun. That's kind of bright. There we go. So I was kind of like shocked and not shocked into building these habits, going on carnivore diet, and then doing the 75 hard, and then incorporating these daily walks. So I kind of have 3 habits that I'm building at the same time. And they used to say to build a habit, you need 21 days of doing something. But I think research has said that, to make that habit stick, you really need to do it for 60, 90 days. 90 days or better of doing that habit day in, day out. And then it really sinks. But I think that is definitely true. You need, the longer you can cement a habit in, the more likely you're able to, make sure that they stick to it. So, but I think the biggest thing to start a habit is a cool little dock boat moving through the swampy area. It's more like a dock, one of those dock repair boats. It's like a little barge. It's got a crane on it. It's out of view, so I don't think you see it from here. But anyway, I'm sorry. Ooh, cool tracks. I am definitely that dog on that movie Up, where it's like squirrel. Check out these tracks. And they go right down. Hopefully you were able to see those. Anyway, so the other thing, anyway, the other thing that I think really is the most important factor of cementing in a habit or building a habit is having a why, a really solid why. Because from my buddy over in London that was doing the Defender, I mentioned him talking about how exercise kind of made him feel better about his depression and his mental health. And then I've had other people talk about how they walk, and that helps. People looking at getting back into shape and or eating right. And I always, I felt that more and more important. But they weren't my whys, so to speak, at the moment. So it didn't motivate me to start. So they had definitely been building up. I was I wasn't comfortable at where we were, things like definitely me like losing my job after the accident, and then luckily I had my military pension to sustain us, so in that we're very blessed. But so me starting off with, okay, maybe trying to build up my mindset, or at least become fiscally educated so that I can take the money that we have and I can stretch it out, and we can learn to not necessarily live off of more. We can enjoy life and not blow it or trying to keep up with the Joneses. So by me, I read 60 books in a year. Well, okay, I did not read them. I listened to them on audiobooks. So I did that. That was my start of my journey, but that was on the mental level. My trying to increase my education, so to speak. And then by doing that, I saw that it worked, and we're able to, increase our savings rate to the 30 to 40%. So that was the why for, that made that into a habit. So I have to get one of those selfie stick things because I'm using my arm. And that was there. Well, that started a chain reaction, so to speak. Now, in September, and I talked about this before in my other videos, where I got the wake-up call about having a fatty liver and plaque in my arteries after I had to go to the emergency room for some really severe back pain. I thought it might have been kidney stones, but I had those too, but they weren't causing it. They were too small. So it was my back flaring up. I could barely move. But when I saw that, that was my why. That became my why. Because seeing on a report, fatty liver, and of course I'm 242 pounds, and when I sat down, I just looked like a little blob. My stomach had no form. It was like what's that? I'm going blank. That my daughter loves to make slime. The slime jelly things. It looked like that, just going. Bleh. Anyway, so seeing that, and then seeing how then just in a few years that my ability to move around had just so decreased, and it wasn't looking good. I was shut in pretty much, and I didn't want to do anything, just sit on the couch and scroll or watch TV, eat my blueberry muffins and stuff. When I saw that, I was like, no, we have goals. We want to slow travel the world. I want to help my daughter get ready for college in 4.5 years. She's still in middle school. So, but this is her last year, and then next year she starts high school. So I want to be around for that. I want to be around when she graduates college, gets married, finds a family. So, and I can't do that if my arteries are blocked up. My brother passed away with one of his arteries tore. My mom passed away because she had hardening of the arteries, and that ripped. And my brother was in his 50s, young 50s, I think 52. And my mom was in her early 60s when that happened with her, and she had already had 2 double bypasses over the years. So that became my why. I want to be around for my wife and for my daughter. And so I started, first thing I started looking up and researching, and I found the carnivore diet and how that helps with a lot. I started that. I did the 30 days, the 60 days, 90 days. Now I just hit the 4-month mark, and March 21st will be month 5. So that is good, and I really enjoy it. And then I started the 75 Hard program. Kind of makes me laugh when I say that, because I'm building these habits, but in reality, because of my well, all right, I'm gonna make an excuse here, and I'm sorry for making this excuse, but because of my conditions, all my problems, my 75 Hard exercise programs consist of me walking for 50 minutes. Today I'm shooting for an hour outside. That's my 45-minute workout, and then I have another 45-minute workout indoors, and I do 50 minutes. But I'm shooting for an hour today, so I'll do 2 hours. But they're not hard. There's nothing. It's difficult for me, and I hope to improve it. But it's not hard. As coming from being an airborne in the Army, an airborne forward observer, this is not hard in my mind. It is difficult, but I know I could do more. But I'm building the habit, and this one tip here, as I close out this video, I need to keep them under 14 minutes so I can upload it. Otherwise, with the reception I have down here, they fail with the upload. And plus, I rambled a lot. I know this. Hopefully, I'm getting a little bit better. So, the tip I found is, when you find that hard, is you need to do whatever task that you're trying to build a habit of, is to integrate it in what your daily activities are. So, like for this walk, normally for this walk, I do it, I can't really drive much. I stress that, so I can drive little short bursts around town. I can't ride in the passenger seat, so that stresses me out too much. I feel like I'm not in control. So I can do short bursts. So I drive my daughter to school, and then I come back. So as a way to integrate my walk in, to make it seamless, is that as soon as I park the car, when I get home, I just, when I get out of the car, instead of going to the front door, I turn left and I go right back up the driveway. See? So I just start walking this way instead of walking home in the thing. I put my timer on and I walk, and then I start chatting with you, so I don't mind how fast the time is. I don't think about the time. And then after this, I'll listen to music or watch listen to some videos. So that's my little tip. If you can create it, make it seamless in your daily activity, so that you kind of do it in the natural progression. So let's say build good habits for the word today as I wrap this up. And if you can put that in the comments, that'd be great. What's your habit? How do you build your good habits? And then, it helps somebody watching this. It'll help me, motivate me, and I thank you for that. And it helps the algorithm and push that out. As one of the creators that I consider a mentor, even though he doesn't know me. There's a whole group of them. Chad, if you're watching this, thank you for doing that. So I like doing that on the end here. I can see it helps. But anyway, if you can do that for me, that's great. And thank you for listening to me. I had one commenter say that I need to breathe through my nose more, but when I'm walking, I do this. I notice it now too, so I'm working on that. But anyway, you have a wonderful day. God bless.